All right, today we're jumping into a book that's, well, it's a big one. It's hugely influential, super controversial, and it turns everything you thought you knew about evolution completely on its head by asking one simple, mind-bending question. I mean, really think about it for a second. When you picture survival of the fittest, who pops into your head? A lion chasing a gazelle? A clever human ancestor? Some kind of organism, right? Fighting to survive? Well, what if I told you you're looking at the wrong character entirely? See, the star of the show isn't the organism at all. It's something way smaller, way older, and, get this, potentially immortal. Okay, let's get into this. To really understand the big idea here, you have to do a complete 180 on how you see the world. You've got to put on a new pair of glasses, what the book calls the gene's eye view. And this is where it gets really wild. So, we see the world through our own eyes. We're the main characters in our story. We try to survive, maybe have a family, and then our time is up. But if you flip that around, from the gene's point of view, we're not the protagonists. We're just the temporary packaging. The real hero of the story is the gene itself, whose only goal is to copy itself, over and over, forever. This brings us to this incredible core metaphor. We think we're in charge, right? Nope. We are survival machines. The book literally describes us as lumbering robots, with our genes, the true pilots, tucked safely inside, pulling all the levers. Our bodies, our brains, even our feelings, they're just super advanced tools built by our genes to keep them safe and help them replicate. So you gotta wonder, how did this all even get started? Well, let's rewind the clock way back. Billions of years ago, you got this primordial soup, right? Just a chaotic mess of molecules. The book explains that out of this chaos, some molecules just happen to be more stable than others, and anything that could stick around long enough, copy itself fast enough, and do it accurately enough would just naturally start to dominate. These were the first replicators, the great, great, great ancestors of every gene and all life today. Okay, so this is where we get to the idea that really, really messes with people's heads. If every gene is just out for itself, just this tiny, selfish little replicator, then where does something like altruism come from? How do you explain kindness or sacrifice? I mean, it just doesn't add up, does it? You see a worker bee, for example, stinging an intruder to save the hive. In doing so, it dies. That is the opposite of selfish. So how on earth could a gene that programs for suicidal behavior ever get passed on? Well, the answer, believe it or not, comes down to some cold, hard math. See, a gene isn't just trapped in your body. Copies of it are scattered around in the bodies of your relatives. As you can see here, there is a 50% chance that an identical copy of one of your genes is also sitting inside your brother or your sister. From your gene's point of view, their body is just another vehicle it could be driving. So, what's going on inside that gene? It's like it's running this unconscious calculation, this ruthless cost-benefit analysis. A gene might program its survival machine, that's you, to do something incredibly heroic, like saving 3 siblings from drowning, even if it costs you your own life. Why? Because it's a fantastic bet. One copy of the gene is lost, sure, but 3 other copies living in those siblings get to survive. From the gene's perspective, that's a net profit. And that is how a gene for altruism actually spreads. This is famously boiled down to this one kind of chillingly logical quote. The idea is, someone would lay down their life for 2 brothers or 8 cousins. Why? Well, 2 brothers is 2 times 50%. That equals 100% of your genes. Same math for 8 cousins. Genetically speaking, it's a break-even trade. What we feel as love and sacrifice is, from the gene's eye view, just a brutally effective strategy for self-preservation. Okay, deep breath. So that's the biological side of things. But then, the book throws this massive curveball. It introduces a second kind of replicator, a new evolutionary force that's happening right now, inside our heads, in the realm of culture. And this is where we get the word meme. And I gotta say, no, not the funny pictures of cats you see online. Well, not just those. The original concept is so much bigger. A meme is any unit of culture. A catchy song, a religious belief, a scientific theory, a fashion trend that spreads by leaping from brain to brain through imitation. And the wild part is memes play by the exact same evolutionary rules as genes. They compete, they mutate, they survive, or they go extinct. But as you can see, they operate in a totally different arena, the pool of human culture. And they evolve at a speed that makes genetic evolution look like it's standing completely still. And yeah, you guessed it, just like genes, memes are totally selfish. They're in this constant, brutal fight for the most precious resource there is, a little bit of space inside your brain. Your attention. Every idea you believe, every song stuck in your head, is basically the winner of an epic battle to colonize your mind. So, wow. This all sounds kind of bleak, right? Are we really just robots? Are we just puppets dancing on the strings of our selfish genes and these contagious ideas? Well, the book's final answer is actually incredibly hopeful. First, let's get this straight. Our genes built us. We are biological creatures, the product of 4 billion years of evolution. That's our foundation. Then, layered right on top of that biological blueprint, we have this swirling, chaotic software of culture and ideas shaping how we think and what we do. But, and this is the most important but of all, we're different. We are the only creatures on this planet that can actually look at our own programming and understand it. We have consciousness. We can look ahead. And that leads us to this, the book's ultimate, most powerful message. Just by understanding that our genes are selfish, we gain the power to rebel against them. We can choose to be kind to strangers. We can use our foresight to build a better future. We can consciously decide which ideas, which memes are worth spreading and which ones to leave behind. So you see, this whole genes-eye view doesn't turn us into robots. It's actually the very thing that sets us free. For the first time in the history of life on Earth, a creature finally understands the recipe that made it. And that leaves all of us with one huge, unavoidable question. Now that we know the rules of the game, what are we going to do about it?